Now, I'm personally a big fan of ATGM carriers, or as I like to call them, ATGM boxes, since usually they are technically just a box with a rocket launcher attached on top of them. But this is a very unique tank that we have received with the last update. The AMX-30 ACRA, or as I like to call it, the ACRA medium tank. This thing has a 142mm main gun, but it's not the ordinary main gun. It fires ATGMs, and it has high explosive, but obviously the primary ammo will be the ATGM. So that alone makes this thing very unique. It doesn't have any other ammo besides the ATGM and high explosive. Now, it's also very fast, very maneuverable. 65 counterpower is the top speed, 65 counterpower is the reverse, and does have a little longer reload, 12.1 seconds, but average penetration 700 millimeters. So it is on pair with a hot ATGM, on pair with the Raketniak Panzer 2 hot, on pair with the... What was my tank doing there? Tried to fly or something. It is on pair with the AMX-13 hot as well, when it comes to the amount of armor it can penetrate. It does seem to be a AMX-30B2 hull. Doesn't have any explosive reactive armor. It's again classic hull, classic tank turret. It's indeed a big gun. I haven't used the high explosive, but technically in theory, since it is a large caliber gun, the high explosive shells should be able to overpressure, since it's huge. It's a big caliber, so it should be able to overpressure a lot of things. And if I'm not mistaken, you do have even some more modern vehicles. In some cases, I believe even vehicles that are still in actual use, that are able to launch ATGMs through their main cannon, as well as other chemical ammunition, like other chemical ammo and AP solid shells as well. So this vehicle is actually kind of more modern than some of the other tanks, and it can launch ATGMs through its main cannon. Honestly, that's kind of interesting concept, and the way you use this, it's kind of a hybrid between the ATGM carrier and a classic medium tank or a main battle tank, and I love that. I love that. It's a very weird combination that I love, because it makes this thing so unique, and the fact that you can guide the shell. I mean, it's not technically a shell, it's a rocket, and it's, I think, the first of its kind in this game. I know we do have like the IT1, which does have a ATGM, but it's a classic ATGM on top of the hull, while this is a ATGM launched from the inside of the turret through the main cannon. The velocity of the ATGM is 700 meters per second. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is probably the fastest ATGM at the moment. And yeah, you can actually fire on the move with this tank. You can fire on the move, which would make it the second vehicle able to fire on the move with a ATGM. Not in the conventional way, obviously, since this is not a classic ATGM carrier, but yeah, it's the second vehicle that's able to fire on the move with a ATGM. Technically, I mean, you can technically fire this the same way you would fire any main battle tank. The only difference would be that the shot is just about the shot, but the rocket is just a little bit, the ATGM is just a little bit slower. I say a little bit slower. It's actually way slower than APFSDS, which was at what, 1.2, 1.5 on the T62. it's 1.7 kilometers per second. This goes at 700 meters per second when it's launched. So, I mean, well, actually no, 300 meters per second when it's launched, and then it speeds up to 700 meters per second when it deploys the fins. So yeah, it's definitely a speedy ATGM. But I would say it's definitely faster than the usual ATGMs that we have seen so far. And I would say a lot of players will definitely enjoy this tank because I would say it's easy to use. And wait, what? How did that happen? 700 millimeters of penetration. How did it bounce the AMX-30's turrets, which has literally no armor? That's just bad luck kicking in. I don't know how the high explosive shell would work. Maybe I should just use the high explosive there. But I don't really trust the high explosive myself, since I almost got a revenge bomb there. I need to do tests with the high explosive on this vehicle. It should do a lot of damage since it's a huge shell, right? But I'm not entirely sure if it's going to work the way I imagine it would work, since I know that they changed some of the parameters of high explosive shells recently. That was a beautiful explosion right in the ammo in the back of the turret. A truly enjoyable vehicle. I am on 9 destroy tanks. Oh, that's beautiful. I also love the reverse. The reverse is very good to pull your tank back to safety. I don't think it's stabilized. I don't think this gun is stabilized. I mean, it's a ATGM carrier. It's a tank with a ATGM launcher, so I wouldn't really say that a stabilizer is necessary for this thing, since you can just, you know, guide the missile. And there we go. It's a nice little hit, and I got hit in the turret by someone. Let me go into cover. I'm trying not to spam smoke, like team spam smoke, because I really know how smoke spam can be annoying. Where is that term? Did they just move? I'm getting shot from all sides. Let's move forward. I don't see anything. Yeah, let's just move. I smoked myself. Okay. Oh, there is the term. Hello there, and good. Ooh, there goes the term. Yep, I need to repair this thing. This thing is a bit damaged. The survivability on this vehicle is what you would expect from the AMX B2. It's the same hull basically, so you can expect the same. You know, there's the same armor, the same ammo storage in the back of the turret and in the hull. And I am on 11 destroy tank. That's actually a pretty good match. Lovely. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what I was saying. With some vehicles, I'm really good. With the wheel vehicles, for some reason, not that good. With a medium tank, I do play really well most of the time. Of course, I think we all have like battles where we get destroyed in the first 30 seconds. And yeah, it's just how this game works. Sometimes you fail, sometimes you really do well. In the end, it's 12 destroy tanks. Okay, not bad. So yeah, you don't really measure someone's skill based on just one match. Anyone can have a bad day, and it's War Thunder. We are all at the mercy of the holy snail at the end. So when someone who usually, you know, plays well, if you see them in your team and if they happen to just get destroyed in the first 15 seconds, yeah, it happens. Happens to me, happens to everyone. It's just how the game works. Well, that wasn't a bad match at all, actually. 12 destroy tanks, I'll take it. Honestly, a fun. I mean, so far, this thing is odd, to say the least. I like weird vehicles. I love odd tanks. When I say this is a weird tank, I'm not saying that to, you know, to say that it's, you know, I'm not trying to say that it's bad. It's not bad. As I mentioned in one of the previous videos, there is no such thing as a bad tank. There is just one thing, and that's called skill issue. That's it. every tank is good in its own way. There is no bad vehicle. Even the Weasel is actually a pretty solid little thing. That was the first destroyed tank of the battle. Honestly, I mean, I do like how this works, and I think down the road we will definitely get more tanks that can launch a ATGM through the main cannon, as well as launching a PFS through the main cannon. I would say that that's going to be the more modern vehicles, the more modern tanks that are able to like launch all different sorts of projectiles through the main cannon, ranging from missiles, rockets to AP shells. I think this might very well be the first vehicle that can do that. And also, 700mm of penetration is really good. Obviously, you can aim anywhere; it will probably go through. But at the end of the day, it's still, this tank will still be destroyed the same way any other tank will be destroyed. It's not it's not a Wunderwaffe. It's magically going to win every single battle you play. I mean, this tank is not immortal, and so is the previous vehicle. It's not immortal. So if you manage to hit this thing, it will be easily destroyed, since very big very big rockets, and those rockets have a lot of high explosive in them. So any ammo hit is going to end up in a catastrophic explosion. So yeah, while it does have decent maneuverability, it does have some armor, it's top tier. You will be fighting top tier with this thing, so you will face vehicles that will be able to go through your armor without much of a problem, and other ATGM boxes also will be able to just break through their armor. Any AP shell easily goes through the armor of this vehicle, so it's strong, obviously, like any vehicle. In the hands of a skilled player, this tank will do really well, obviously, like any tank. So it's definitely a collectible, good collectible though, that's for sure. And it's a fun tank to drive. I mean, if you like the gameplay of the vehicle I showed here, if the gameplay of this vehicle suits your gameplay, I guess, and I would say this vehicle is definitely for you, and you would probably enjoy it a lot. As I mentioned before, I love ATGMs in this game, in War Thunder in general, my favorite weapon, honestly, since a ATGM just, you can guide that thing where you want it to land. It's almost does a guaranteed hit where in the exact pixel where you want it to go, and that's why I just like the ATGM weapon in War. And yeah, as you can see there, even this ATGM with 700mm of penetration fails to kill a Panther. So at the end of the day, doesn't matter if this is a premium or not, the same rules apply to this vehicle as they apply to any other non-premium vehicle. You can get Gaijin with this thing as well. It's not, as I mentioned before, a magic one click, one win button. It's not. You still need to know how to drive this thing, and you still need to know how to use it if you want to do well. It's not going to, magically win battles. Just to make things clear here, because I've seen a lot of comments that this is, sort of pay to win, while when I actually get in the vehicle, I get destroyed a million times with it. I also destroy a million tanks as well, but it acts like any other vehicle, non-premium or premium. Well, I would say yes, it's interesting because it has different main gun and it launches ATGMs, but at the end of the day, you do have normal vehicles that have the same ATGM that this thing has, same penetration, same performance. And honestly, at the end of the day, doesn't matter what penetration the ATGM has. It doesn't matter. any ATGM will go through any armor, no, doesn't matter how thick it is. At least at the moment in this game, that's how it is. Even the IT-1 penetrates literally everything. That goes through any armor. Doesn't matter if like, space, doesn't matter if 5 millimeters, no, it goes through. And the IT-1 ATGM might not be the best, but that to me is still like the best ATGM box, or ATGM pancake in that case, in the game. And it's a tier 8 vehicle that you can research and get without paying for anything. I would still prefer the IT-1 over any ATGM box because it's just so stealthy, it's very stealthy, and it does get the job done. So doesn't matter what ATGM you use, they all go through armor. Penetration on the ATGMs is not that important since every single ATGM will just break through the enemy tank's armor without much of a problem. Anyway, now we destroyed tanks in the second match. Not bad, not as good as the first match, unfortunately. I mean, sometimes, you know, I guess I can't replicate 12, 13 kills every battle, obviously, since there's a lot of factors to include, but I'll take it. I like this thing. I do like this thing a lot. It works really well. I love it. He doesn't feel as a rat like the BMP. The BMP, that one kind of made me question things, you know. That thing is a bit crazy. If I had to say that one thing is pay to win, or although I don't really believe that's the case in this game, since there's just no magic platoon that will win every battle. But on the power scale of silliness, I think the BMP one is kind of up there, you know, in the higher tiers of being silly when it comes to how much firepower it has. It's still not a you know, magic vehicle that's going to make winning easily, but it definitely is silly when it comes to how much firepower that thing has. But anyway, I love the BMP as well. It's honestly very fun. But that will be it for this Baguette with ATGMs. Oh my god, this thing is just... I actually like this thing a lot. I'm going to be driving this a lot since it does work in a very interesting way that I haven't experienced, and I really want to have fun with this monster as much as I can. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe, and as always, I will see you next time.